argue with your wife in this car. Welcome to an episode of Jay Leno's Garage. Today, an embarrassment of riches. You know, anytime you get one Ferrari, it's a huge deal. You get two, well, it's twice as huge. And that's what we have here today, two F50s, one red, one yellow. What's the significance of this? We'll find out right now. Let's talk with noted Ferrari collector David Lee. David, come on in.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, looking very sharp. Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, you've learned how to dress.
I got my fashion senses from you.
Yes,
yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Do you recognize this is official Jay Leno's version?
That is one of my shirts.
Yeah.
That's one of the 518 denim shirts that I have.
Exactly.
Yes, very handsome.
I've noticed it does feel different. You know?
You
very
feel
comfortable.
More confident.
Yes, I do.
More virile.
Right.
Yeah, very good.
It's bothering you, Jay Leno, on me, I feel like.
Yes, very good. Now tell us, these are both yours.
Yes.
They're both F50s.
Yeah.
Same year?
Yes, 1995.
1995, which to me seems like yesterday, but my God, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole different era of cars. I remember when these were brand new, and they were what, 4.7 liters?
4.7 liters.
Okay.
That was a lot back then.
That was a lot. That was huge back then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the last couple of years we've gotten to this 800-900 horsepower stuff, which has gotten really nutty. And these are really just a derivation of the F40.
Yes.
It's the same motor as the F40?
No, so the F40 is a V8 twin turbo, which Enzo worked on, last worked on. I guess you couldn't get more power out of it. It was hard to do, so they decided to use a V12.
Right.
And they use it. It was first from a 1990 F1 engine.
Right.
It was like a 3.5 liter V12 engine, which then they later developed this V12 engine for for the F50.
That's right. The F40 is a. I thought the F40 is a V12, but it's not.
No, it's a V8 twin turbo.
It is a V8. V8 twin turbo. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And that was a fun car.
That was
the most fun to drive. I really liked that car. You'd think I'd like the V12 better, but well, maybe I will. So we'll see. Now, why the significance of red and yellow? Why the same?
Well, as you know, I have the big five, the iconic supercars in all red.
Right.
And I just decided, you know what is the next kind of, I guess, collecting strategy? And I'm looking to collect then maybe the big five in yellow.
And yellow. So you want to have 10 for a half red, half yellow.
That's right. Okay. That's the idea. Yeah.
I should have said. See, you didn't buy these new. These were originally bought by Mr. Ronald McDonald, I believe, because he wanted to have the yellow and the red. So when he made appearances, you hand out Big Macs and Happy Meals.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. That's what they call it, ketchup and mustard. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And how, obviously, red is the color, isn't it? The yellow is fairly rare. Is it a special order for Ferrari, or is it they just made some yellow ones?
So among the 349 total limited edition that they made of the F50, which again was the 50-year anniversary, represented the 50-year anniversary, there was 302 made of the red, because the red's the more popular. There was 31 made of the yellow. There was 8 made of the kind of like a dark red, 4 of the black, and 4 of the silver. So that's kind of what that is.
Does this bring a premium over red, or?
It does bring a premium because it's more rare, and everybody in the collecting game, that's what they look for. And it does. I mean, this red one for now, it just sold for 4.4 million.
Wow.
Yeah. So therefore, the yellow would probably go for 5 if it sold.
Is that? I remember they used to have a color called fly yellow.
Yes.
Is that fly yellow?
So this would be, in the English term, fly yellow. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
In Italy, it would be the Grigio Modena.
Because I remember seeing a Daytona convertible in the fly yellow. And I thought, that was the coolest. In fact, that was the color I painted my my Miura.
Right.
When we first got it.
And you know why they got the color? You were there at the San Marino Motor Classic. When I parked my yellow cars there, and suddenly I see, why is all these flies and bees and everything attracted to it? And so I guess that's why they call it the fly yellow.
Because of the flies.
Yeah.
Well, flies are also attracted to other things. So
I know.
You don't want to go there.
I
wouldn't tell people that's why.
Right.
That's probably not the smartest. That's not going to increase the value.
No, that is not. You're right. I will cut that one out.
Okay. All right. Very good. So these are basically identical cars.
Yeah.
Cool. And but you didn't buy these new, correct?
I didn't buy these news. I brought it pre-owned because, well, again, 1995. At that time, not that I couldn't afford it even, but I certainly I wasn't in this level of where they pick the best clients to offer these cars.
Right.
So, but these are really cool. I know that when you first bought them, they also came with a lot of little gadgets and gifts. You know, like shoes and champagne glasses and GP watches and.
Now this one is. Are they? Does the top come off this as well?
Yes, they both. So this is the. It's a convertible. So, my last F50, which I had sold, was a convertible. So I didn't put any top. This one has a soft top that's put on there, and this has the hard top. You know, of course, I've driven now all the versions, but it's not that easy to take off. So usually, once it's installed, people don't keep taking them off.
So this one here, it's a real bear to take this off, isn't it?
It's a real bear, yeah. You need a mechanic.
Is it unbolting or is it just doing clips?
No, it's not doing clips. It's like a whole situation. It's like an hour or 2 hour deal to take it on and off.
Okay, so if it's raining, when you get that, not going to pull off the side of the road.
No.
Because I remember the old Mercedes L used to have a pulley you could have in your garage.
Right. I remember, yeah.
Because this is at least a two-man deal.
It's a two-man deal and a lot of installing bolts and nuts and bolts situation.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And now, but this one did not come with that top, correct?
I have that hard top in the box.
Do?
I do have it. They just installed the soft top, which this one has too, but this owner installed the soft top.
Now, is this just like any other convertible, real quick to take off, or is this?
No, it's also very hard.
Yeah.
It's also. I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's very hard.
All right.
Yeah.
But that impressive engine back there. Now that has. Oh, they both have the clear cover, don't they?
Yeah, they both have the clear cover.
Right.
Again, but you know, it sounds amazing. I mean, you're gonna drive it. You're gonna hear this. This V12 doesn't sound like obviously like the Enzo or any other. It's very special. Sound that it creates.
Yeah, when the F40 came out, people just went crazy. I mean, all the magazines, brutal.
Yeah.
The F50 it came out.
Right.
I mean, it was a success, but why did it not garner the respect, I guess, or the accolades of the F40?
Sure.
Because the F40 was a V8, which was not a big deal in the automotive world. Ferrari always known for V12.
Sure.
To me, this would seem like. This is the more powerful car, correct?
Yes, it is more powerful.
Yeah.
I think, you know, in those days that people were so it was so important to do these numbers on the track and these experts driving it and saying
That's
how
it. Well, the
balanced.
F40 was the first car to officially break 200 miles as a road car.
Yeah, it's a road
I mean, you always see the Countachs and things, but they went 188, 196. They never broke 200 as a production vehicle.
Sure.
So this was the first production vehicle. The F40, and that's a long time. That's 30 years ago. Easy. More than 30 years ago.
Right.
So yeah.
But this one probably, you know, I don't know. Maybe the track record wasn't good. I know they really praised the Enzo. Maybe it was just a, you know, transferring from the F40 to this car. They didn't get everything, you know. I don't know, engineer-wise, the best. But if you ask me as an owner, I love this car. It's really fun to drive. And I don't know if you noticed the weave too. And I don't know if that was an accident, but the paint was very thin, so you can see the carbon weave because it's a carbon fabric car, and you can see it. And I don't know if it was by purpose or what, but certainly now when you buy this, you look for it, because if it's been repainted and you don't have that, it devaluates it. You want to see the carbon weave.
So how many miles do you have on both these? You use them?
These were like 3,000 miles.
About 3,000. Okay. So you use them every month or two, a couple of months? Take them Okay. So the top five, tell people what the top five are. It's the F50.
The F50, the F40, the 288 GTO, then Enzo after this, representing the 60-year, and then LaFerrari representing the 70-year.
And which one do you like the best?
You know, I like the 288 GTO the best because, and also that's a V8 twin turbo, but that's because in high school that was my dream car. And I think a lot of people, like in my age, like when we ask them, they also say 288 GTO. It's just beautiful, and it's just and it's one. And then after owning all of them, that's the one easiest to drive because it's still leather. It's still kind of like people mistake it from a 308 or a 328, so it's not like so crazy.
And that was your favorite when you were in high school? That was my favorite. Because you were in high school like almost 10 years, right? So to have that, it's your dream car for all those years.
Yeah, right.
It didn't change. Okay. All right, very good.
Yes.
Very good. Well, let me see, what else am I noticing? Now,
Magnesium alloy.
Is this standard or is this an option?
This,
Ferrari
I think this was a standard at the time, but now it's an option.
Yeah.
But this was a standard at the time.
Right, okay. Okay. Very good. What else?
You know, and yellow actually is their Ferrari racing color. That was their original racing color.
Right.
I mean, red became more what they're known for due to when they did the races back then, and they wanted the Italians to have red color, and so they can tell which one's Italian. But really, yellow was their racing color, their Ferrari color. That's why in the badge you see it's in yellow.
Very nice, very nice. Well, cool. It's hard to say which one. I mean, red I just like because it's Ferrari red, but it does look nice in the yellow too.
It really pops.
And I always remember that Daytona. Did you ever have a Daytona?
I did have a Daytona. I had a silver one.
Yeah.
I sold it, but I recently, during the pandemic, I bought a yellow one. So same color. So that's really cool too.
And that's now. How does that measure up to you? Does it seem truck-like and heavy?
Right, it does, because I have the 250, 275, 330, and those all drive more similar the same, because I think they're the way it's set up is the same. But the 365 Daytona Spyder it's not, doesn't feel like it's very nimble.
Well, it's sold for the American highway kind of thing. I think it was maybe designed for that market.
Maybe that's why.
Because it's like what they used to call, quote, a man's car. Heavy steering, heavy. I mean, a lot of effort to drive. There's no power assist on anything.
No. But it's going straight. It's like a fighter jet.
And you've driven the new F90, right?
The F9. Oh, the SF90.
SF90.
Yeah. Well, you drove it too.
I was impressed that it was the not the most usually. The fastest Ferrari is the most expensive.
Yes, that's right. It's
and
not.
They didn't do that this time, which I thought, oh, that shows some interesting marketing ideas. Very good, cool. Well, let's see, what else? Can you open the engine compartment of these? And, okay, let's see. Which one do you want to do?
Which one do you like to open up?
Either one.
Okay, all right, well, let's see here. Since we're...
You want me to lift as you... There we go.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Pretty heavy, yeah.
That's a big...
yeah.
Well, that's impressive. Boy, you don't want to pull over on a windy day. And
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It took us both to do this.
I know. Yeah. Well, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
So you got the carbon fiber engine cover, you know, V12, again, about 517 horsepower. The car is 2,700 pounds.
Is that what it is? 2,700? Boy, that's amazing. And like you said, V12, 4.7 liter.
4.7 liters. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's powerful. It's definitely the big wheels. They're real wheels. Big wheels. They use Goodyear Eagles at that time.
It's interesting that they use an American tire, isn't it? You know, it's funny. You'd think it would be Michelin or
Pirelli.
Or Italian or something. Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, Goodyear makes a great tire, obviously. Yep. Well, very nice.
So, I mean, when you look at that, Jay, I mean, how does that fare with, you know, I mean, of course you have so many cars, but how does that kind of differ from your supercars? Does that?
Well, it's very much like the Carrera GT, the way the suspension goes. But it's artistic, you know. It's beautiful to look at from a mechanical point of view. It must be very tricky to work on because you would need, you know, a thing to kind of hang over this as you change plugs or whatever. But
I've seen some things they have these like almost like surfboard type of things for mechanics to go in there and do that.
Well, I have them. We built one for the Duesenbergs to work on because you've got to lie over. It's just a thing like this, and you lie over it, and this way you can work on it.
Right. I saw that. That was kind of
it makes it kind
trippy,
of interesting, but it's the way the shocks are here. Well, very nice. Let's see. Let's put this back down again. So we.
All right. So we push this up a little
just
bit.
Push that in there and then let it down slowly.
Slowly. Yep.
Now, is this carbon fiber? Or is
Carbon
this
fiber.
This is all carbon fiber as well.
Carbon fiber. Yep.
And in '95, carbon fiber was a lot more complex to do.
Yeah.
You know, when they did the carbon fiber tub for the F1, it was 2,000 hours to make it. By the time they got to the P1, I think it was 45 minutes. I mean,
wow, that's
you know,
incredible.
it just moves so quickly. I mean, look at the electric car revolution 5 years ago. Now everything will be electric in another couple of years.
Right.
Even Ferrari has gone hybrid, which you know, I think a lot of people are surprised by that. You know, so interesting. But the whole world will be eventually, so there's nothing you can do about that. So
Sure. So Jay, which one would you like to drive?
oh gosh, I don't. You know, these kind of decisions. You know, these are decisions most people make on a daily basis. Which Ferrari should I drive? Yeah. You know, let's try the yellow. We drove this red one before.
Okay, yes, we did.
And the yellow one looks
Sounds
interesting.
like
And plus, it's got the hard top on it, so I'm curious to see how quiet it is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an impressive car. You know, it's just so funny. It just never seemed to get the accolades.
Right.
I mean, the F40, oh my God, people are crazy.
Right.
You know, I don't know why I had it in my mind that it was a 12, but of course now I remember it was a V8. But I love driving that car, but it felt American with a V8, you know. The V12 is what Ferrari's all about, and what really makes it. So to me, that's why I think, although the F40 probably commands a higher price, doesn't it?
Well, no, the F40, because they made more, there was like 13,000,
1,300.
Yeah, 1,500 made. So therefore, those prices are going up really crazy too. It's like I've seen some 2.4 million now.
Right.
But because these are still lower numbers, 349 up, it's, you know, like I said, it's 4.5,
Why so
5.
few of these? What was the reason?
Well, in the 288. Actually, GTO, the F50, the Enzo LaFerrari, all were lower numbers. The F40, I think, was just when Enzo's approach. They wanted to have more people to be able to drive this race car on the road.
Right.
And he wanted to just make more. And like you said, he made like close to 1,500.
Right. Very cool. All right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
This exhaust is louder, isn't it?
Yes, it's a 2B exhaust.
Okay. Well, you can't beat the V12 sound.
Yeah, that sounds good, right?
Yeah.
So I certainly like to hear what you think, because you've driven the F40 and now you're driving the F50. That's a V8 twin turbo. This is a V12.
Yeah.
I would definitely love to see what your thoughts is a little bit.
But this is normally aspirated, right?
Normally aspirated, yes. You might be able to change the views of the world about the F50. Like you said, the F50 didn't really get all the love it deserved. And I
don't understand why. It just sort of...
Yeah, all the F50 owners that I've talked to love the car, think it's so great.
Yeah.
And it just seems like maybe the people that don't own it, they don't really understand it.
Well, I mean, the front engine Ferrari is the classic. The rear engine V12 is like the best of both worlds.
Yes.
You get the rear engine with the big V12, you know?
Right.
And a manual gearbox. I mean, you'll probably never see this combination ever again.
Yeah, it really is true.
It feels like it should be an open car, though.
Right.
You know, you do sort of, seems a little claustrophobic.
Yeah. Well, the first time you drove this was with the open top by my other F50. And you can even hear the sound better because it's just open top. The steering is good, right?
Yeah, very nice. So this all bolts on here.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they made it very difficult. Like, this is something that people, once they put it on, they don't.
So when you buy one of these, Does it come with a hard top, or, or is it extra?
So the box comes with a hard top.
I see, yeah.
And usually there's a soft top right there.
Yeah.
That's rolled up, and once it's put on, it's put on. But like you say, if you drive it with the open top and it starts raining, you kind of
yeah. Once you get over 3,500, it really comes alive.
It's alive, man. Do you like the first speed and up position on dogleg right?
I prefer a regular H pattern.
You prefer the regular H pattern?
I have that Porsche 911. Am I in first? Or
Yeah. And the clutch is not that hard, would you say?
No, not bad at all.
The shifting, it really was a very easy to drive car.
Yeah, it's got what? Maybe it's got anti-lock brakes, I assume.
Yeah.
It's got to have that.
Yeah.
No airbags.
No airbags.
Okay. So this is truly a European version, isn't it?
Yeah. But full use of carbon fiber, which was a new thing at that time.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe this car is 25 years old.
Right.
I mean, that's... Jeez.
And believe it or not, that F50 value-wise is even more than the Enzo.
Yeah.
Like it's somehow the appreciation, if you have value-wise, is more.
Well,
than
I think
Enzo.
people appreciate the normally aspirated, naturally aspirated... everything's turbo now, you know?
Yeah.
But turbos have gotten so good, I don't really notice it.
Right. New turbos, yeah. And they might be kind of jumping past that too now because the hybrid's even faster. So they go to hybrid now. So some people mentioned about the black headlights, and the standard one was yellow, but it was an special option to have it black. So that's why this one is black.
Well, just to have a key to start it seems odd these days.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's where it comes alive.
Yeah, that sound. So Jay, have you heard that sound before? That little, like, you know, like that kind of that engine sound. How it's like choppy type of.
I'm not sure what we're referring to. Let's see.
You know, like that's not as much of a roar, but it's more of a.
Yeah.
It's fun to drive.
Oh, yeah. I love the gated shifter, boy.
You love the gated shifter?
It does shift so nicely.
Yeah. Because the F40 is still the dog leg.
Yeah.
So.
She goes good.
Yeah. So the official 0 to 60 is 3.8 seconds.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fast back then. I mean, 1995.
You can't argue with your wife in this car. You're about 8,500 RPM on this, aren't you?
Right.
Yeah. Which in 1995 was a big deal.
Yeah. So this car will go over 200, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all the fun is between 40 and 120, you know?
Yeah.
Now, if you're as much into Ferraris as David Lee is, he's got his own YouTube channel, Ferrari Collector David Lee. Just put that in, and you can see his garage, and he's really got a terrific setup. Very, very impressive stuff. You can see the top 5 and soon to be the top 10, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, no, we try to give a real perspective from our owners. It's different than what you see out there from other people.
Well, David, thanks for bringing this. It's you're a collector who uses your cars, and I think everybody appreciates that fact.
Yeah.
That's what's great.
Thank you.
And a car like this should be exercised. It's a lot of fun. But it really is fun to ship. You know, that's what I love about a manual gearbox in a car like this. You don't have to be going fast to have fun. It's involving in every aspect of the rev range, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, even if you're going 60 in traffic, you get on the throttle, downshift, go around a bit. It's good. So, David, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Ketchup and mustard. Remember that. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.